My child, stop for a moment. I need your attention right now. Do not scroll. Do not delay. Do not tell yourself you will come back to this later, because this moment was not sent to you by accident. I am speaking to you now because timing matters, and what I am about to say is not meant for someday. It is meant for this exact second. I know how quickly moments pass. I know how easily you assume that what is available now will still be waiting later. But hear me clearly. Some things are only offered once, and if you miss it, it's gone. I am not here to frighten you. I am here to awaken you. There are windows I open that do not stay open forever. There are invitations I give that require response, not hesitation. You felt a stirring when this began. That was me. You sensed urgency, even before I spoke a word. That was me too. I am calling you out of distraction and into awareness, because this is one of those moments where your attention decides your direction. You have learned how to wait, but you are still learning how to move. You have learned how to pray, but you are still learning how to obey quickly. This message is not about pressure. It is about positioning. If you let this pass like background noise, you will tell yourself later that you don't know why things stalled, why clarity faded, why momentum slowed. But I am telling you now, this moment matters more than you realize. Listen closely. The fact that you are hearing this means you are early, not late. It means I am giving you a chance to respond before the door closes. That is grace. That is mercy. That is love. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be present. Stay with me here. Stay alert. Stay open. And my child, if this is speaking to your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Like this message as a sign that you are listening. Comment so you mark this moment and don't forget it. Share this with 3 people who need to hear my voice before they miss what I am doing. Hype this message, not for attention, but for alignment. And subscribe, because I am not finished speaking to you, and I don't want you missing what comes next. I am reaching for you now, not later. I am calling you now, not when it's convenient. There are blessings that wait on obedience, and there are directions that only come when you respond in time. This is one of those moments. Take it seriously, but do not take it with fear. Take it with trust. I am not rushing you. I am rescuing you from delay. Stay here. Listen. Let your heart stay open. What comes next will make sense only if you don't miss this. My child, I see you more clearly than you see yourself. I know the weight you've been carrying quietly, the thoughts you don't say out loud, the prayers you whisper instead of shout. I know the moments when you feel behind, when you wonder if you waited too long or moved too slowly. I know the fatigue that settles in when answers don't come as fast as you hoped. Nothing about your season is hidden from me. Not one tear, not one sigh, not one unanswered question has escaped my notice. You may feel uncertain, but I am not uncertain about you. You may feel overlooked, but I have never taken my eyes off you. I know where you are standing emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. I know what you've been wrestling with, and I know why your heart reacted when this message found you. That reaction was not coincidence. It was recognition. Your spirit knew this was for you. I know there are things you've delayed because you were afraid of failing. I know there are steps you sensed I was asking you to take, but you waited for more confirmation, more clarity, more strength. I understand that waiting felt safer than moving. I am not angry with you for that. I am patient. But patience does not mean absence. I have been with you in every pause, every delay, every quiet moment where you questioned yourself. You may think others are more ready, more qualified, more confident. You may believe that if I truly wanted to use you, things would look different by now. But hear me, your current position does not disqualify you. Your questions do not disqualify you. Your past hesitation does not disqualify you. I chose you knowing all of it. I called you knowing all of it. I am speaking to you now because you are capable of hearing me now. I know how long you've been waiting for a sign, a nudge, a clear word that says, this is it. This is that moment. Not because everything is suddenly perfect, but because your heart is ready to listen. I know the disappointment you've tried to manage. I know the hope you protect carefully so it won't get hurt again. I am gentle with the hope. I guard it with you. You are not late to my plan. You are not forgotten in my timing. You are not invisible in my kingdom. I have been preparing you quietly, shaping you in ways you couldn't see while you were focused on what wasn't happening yet. Even the waiting was not wasted. Even the silence had purpose. I am not speaking to strangers. I am speaking to my child. I am not guessing where you are. I know exactly where you stand, and I am meeting you there. You don't need to pretend you're stronger than you feel. You don't need to rush ahead of me. Just stay open. Stay willing. Stay close. You are seen. You are known. And you are not alone in this moment. My child, hear me now, because this truth will steady your heart if you let it. Not every opportunity returns. Not every moment repeats itself. I am a God of mercy, yes, but I am also a God of timing. There are seasons I design with intention, and there are doors I open that are meant to be walked through while they are open. I need you to understand this without fear, without panic, but with clarity. To moments are invitations, not guarantees. You were taught that you can always come back later, that if something is meant for you, it will wait. But that is not always how I work. I do not take things away to punish you. I allow moments to pass because growth requires discernment, and obedience requires decision. When I prompt you, it is because the moment is right, not because you are rushed. Delay does not always look dangerous at first, but over time it quietly erodes momentum. This is where many misunderstand me. They think waiting is always wise, that hesitation is humility. But there is a difference between patience and postponement. Patience trusts me while moving forward when I speak. Postponement hears me and chooses comfort instead. I am not asking you to leap blindly. I am asking you to trust that when I nudge your spirit, I have already gone ahead of you. Some blessings are wrapped in obedience. Some clarity only comes after movement. Some confirmations are released when you take the first step, not before. If you insist on seeing everything before you move, you may miss what was only revealed along the way. That is why this moment matters. That is why this message found you now and not later. I am not saying this to create pressure. I am saying this to free you from the lie that time is endless. You feel the urgency because your spirit recognizes alignment. You know when something matters. You know when a moment carries weight. That knowing is my voice within you, inviting you to trust me more deeply than before. You have told yourself, I'll do it when I'm ready. But hear me gently. Readiness often follows obedience, not the other way around. You do not become ready by waiting longer. You become ready by walking with me through the moment I give you. This is how faith grows. This is how purpose unfolds. This is how doors stay open. And now, my child, let this truth flow into action beyond you. What I am speaking here is not only for your life, but for the lives of many who are still waiting to hear my voice. This is where you join me in the work I am doing. I am saying to you now, this is your moment to sow light so others do not miss theirs. When you give through Super Thanks membership, or the PayPal link placed in the description and shown in the QR code, you are planting seeds that become rivers of truth for souls I am calling. I tell you, as you release what is in your hand, I release what is in mine. Do not delay this act of obedience, because obedience multiplies impact. I bless what you give, and I command you now. Support this mission and help me reach those who are listening for my voice. My child, I need to speak to you with the firmness of a father who loves you too much to stay silent. This is not condemnation. This is correction wrapped in care. I want you to listen without defensiveness and without shame, because what I am addressing is not who you are, but what has been holding you back. You have learned how to delay without realizing it. You have called it caution. You have called it wisdom. You have even called it waiting on me. But there are times when what you name patience is actually fear wearing a softer face. I am not saying this to hurt you. I am saying this because I want you free. Fear does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers, "Not yet." Sometimes it tells you to prepare longer, to think more, to wait for a sign you have already been given. I have watched you overthink what I ask you to trust. I have seen you talk yourself out of steps I already confirmed in your spirit. You did not do this because you are disobedient. You did it because you wanted to feel safe. But hear me, obedience is not always comfortable, and comfort is not always safe. When you delay what I have spoken clearly, you don't remain neutral. You drift. I need you to understand something important. Delay does not cancel my love for you, but it can cost you momentum. It can cause opportunities to pass quietly. It can make your confidence fade. This is why I am correcting you now, while there is still time to move forward with clarity. I am not scolding you for the past. I am calling you into the present. You don't need every detail before you obey me. You don't need to feel brave to be brave. You don't need perfect faith to take a faithful step. I am not asking you to control the outcome. I am asking you to trust my direction. When I say move, it is because I have already accounted for what you cannot see. Stop measuring obedience by how ready you feel. Measure it by how clearly I have spoken. Stop waiting for fear to disappear before you act. Fear fades when you walk with me, not when you stand still. I am with you in the movement. I am with you in the uncertainty. I am not behind you waiting for you to catch up. I am beside you, inviting you to walk. This correction comes from my desire to protect what I have placed inside you. There are things I want to release through you that require responsiveness, not perfection. You don't need to punish yourself for past hesitation. Let it go. But do not repeat it by ignoring what I am showing you now. Lift your eyes. Straighten your heart. Receive this not as rebuke but as alignment. I am guiding you out of delay and into clarity. I am teaching you that love sometimes sounds like urgency, and care sometimes sounds like a call to act. I am not withdrawing from you. I am drawing you closer. Trust my voice. Follow my lead. And let this correction become the turning point that moves you forward with me. My child, let me breathe strength back into you now. I know that after hearing correction, your heart may feel tender, even tired. But this is not where I leave you. I do not expose what is weak without also restoring what is strong. And hear me clearly. You are stronger than you think, more prepared than you feel, and more supported than you realize. You have told yourself that you are lacking something. More courage, more resources, more clarity, more confidence. But I tell you the truth, You already carry what you need for the step I am asking you to take. I never call without equipping. I never lead without supplying. If I am prompting you, it is because I have already placed the necessary strength within you, even if you have not learned how to recognize it yet. You mistake nervousness for inability. You mistake uncertainty for weakness. But faith has always looked like trembling hands that still reach forward. You are not disqualified because your heart races. You are not unfit because you feel small. I have always done my greatest work through those who leaned on me instead of themselves. I know you've been tired. Tired of trying to discern every step. Tired of carrying responsibility quietly. Tired of wondering if you're doing enough. Come closer to me here. Let me remind you that you were never meant to carry this alone. My strength is not added after you collapse. It meets you while you are still standing. You are not behind. I need you to stop telling yourself that lie. You are not late to your purpose, and you have not ruined what I planned. What feels like delay has been preparation. What feels like weakness has been humility. What feels like struggle has been training. You are not starting from nothing. You are stepping forward with more than you know. I am not asking you to sprint. I am asking you to trust that one step with me is enough. You don't need to see the whole path. You don't need to understand every outcome. You only need to believe that I will not abandon you once you move. And I will not. I have never failed you yet. Lift your head. Let hope rise again. Let courage return to your chest. I am with you now, not waiting for you to become someone else. You don't need to earn my help. You don't need to prove your faith. You only need to receive what I am already offering. Even now, I am strengthening your resolve. I am steadying your thoughts. I am quieting the noise that told you to stop trying. You are not too fragile for what is ahead. You are being carried more than you realize. Take a breath. Feel my presence with you. You are not alone in this moment, and you will not be alone in the next one. I am restoring your confidence not in yourself, but in me. And with me, you are more than capable of moving forward now. My child, now let me speak assurance into the places where doubt once echoed. I do not ask you to move without promise. I do not call you forward without covering you in my word. When I speak, I bind myself to what I say. You can trust me, not because circumstances are stable, but because I am. I promise you this. When you respond to my voice, I go before you. I do not send you into uncertainty alone. I prepare the way you cannot see. I soften hearts you haven't met yet. I align details you would never be able to control. Obedience does not throw you into chaos. It places you under my direction. You fear that if you move, you might lose something. Hear me gently. You will not lose what I intend to preserve. What is truly from me will not slip through your fingers when you walk with me. I am not a careless father. I am attentive, intentional, and faithful. When you trust my timing, I protect what concerns you. I promise you peace in motion, not the kind that removes all questions, but the kind that steadies your heart while questions remain. I promise you provision, not always early, but always on time. I promise you strength that renews as you walk, not before. And I promise you that no obedient step is ever wasted in my hands. You wonder what happens if you step forward and things don't unfold the way you expect. My child, I am not limited by your expectations. Even when paths bend, I remain constant. Even when plans adjust, my purpose holds firm. I weave all things together for your good when you trust me enough to move. I promise that your obedience will bear fruit. Some fruit you will see quickly, Some will grow quietly over time. Some will bless others long before you understand how. But none of it will be empty. Nothing you place in my hands through trust is ever lost. You are not trusting blindly. You are trusting me. I have proven myself to you before, even when you didn't recognize it in the moment. Look back and remember how I carried you through what once felt impossible. I have not changed. My faithfulness has not weakened. What I did then, I can do again. I promise you rest in obedience. The strain you feel now will ease when you stop wrestling with delay. There is a lighter way to walk, and it is found in agreement with my voice. You were not created to live in constant hesitation. You were created to walk in step with me. So hold on to this truth. I am with you, I am for you, and I am faithful to complete what I have begun in you. Trust my timing. Trust my leading. Trust my heart toward you. As you move with me, you will find that what you feared losing was never as strong as the promise I am giving you now. My child, this is the moment where listening becomes living. You have heard my voice. You have felt the stirring in your spirit. Now I am inviting you to respond. Not tomorrow, not when it feels easier, but now, while your heart is open and aware. This is not about rushing. This is about alignment. Heaven moves when faith responds. I am not asking you to do everything at once. I am asking you to do the one thing you already know I have been pressing on your heart. That decision you keep revisiting. That step you keep postponing. That obedience you keep explaining away. You know what it is. I have been patient, but I have also been clear. This is your moment to say yes without conditions. Do not underestimate the power of a single obedient act. I build futures from small responses. I open pathways from simple trust. When you move toward me even slightly, I multiply that movement in ways you cannot measure. You are not activating something fragile. You are stepping into something already prepared. Right now, I want you to pause internally, not to overthink, but to acknowledge me. Whisper a prayer if you need to. Offer me your fear honestly. Tell me where you feel weak. I am not waiting for polished words. I'm waiting for a willing heart. Faith is not loud. It is sincere. This is where many turn back, not because they don't believe, but because belief asks for action. I am giving you grace to move without having all the answers. You do not need to feel powerful to act faithfully. You only need to trust that I am with you as you step. I am calling you out of passive waiting and into active trust. Waiting does not mean standing still when I have already spoken. Waiting means staying close while you move forward with me. Let today be the day you stop negotiating with fear and start agreeing with my voice. I know you're tempted to ask, what if I fail? Hear me. Failure is not final when you walk with me, but disobedience keeps you stuck where growth cannot reach you. I am not setting a trap for you. I'm opening a path, and paths are meant to be walked. Choose now to trust me more than your hesitation. Choose now to act, even if your hands shake. Choose now to believe that obedience will bring clarity, not confusion. I am not demanding perfection. I am inviting partnership. Let this be a defining moment, not dramatic on the outside, but decisive on the inside. When you say yes to me here, you are saying no to cycles that no longer serve you. You are stepping out of delay and into direction. I am ready when you are. I have already gone ahead of you. Take the step. Respond to me now. My child, take a breath and settle your heart. What you have just heard was not meant to stir anxiety, but to anchor you in peace. I am not leaving you standing at the edge of uncertainty. I am standing with you, steady and present. This moment was not pressure, it was mercy. It was my way of reaching you before distraction returned, before fear tried to speak louder than truth. You did not miss me today. You listened. You stayed. That matters more than you know. I want you to carry this assurance with you now. Nothing about your future is falling apart. I am still in control. I am still guiding you. And what I have begun in you is not fragile. It is held by my hand. Let the weight lift from your shoulders. You are not required to force outcomes or rush results. Your responsibility is not to control tomorrow, but to walk faithfully today. I will take care of what you cannot. I always have. I always will. You are safe to trust me with what comes next. Remember this truth as you move forward. Obedience brings peace, even when answers are incomplete. Trust brings rest, even when the road is unfamiliar. You do not need to replay this message with fear. Let it remain with you as clarity. When you feel unsure later, remember that I spoke to you in love, not urgency born of panic. And now, my child, I invite you to seal this moment, not just for yourself, but for others who are still listening for my voice. This is where your obedience extends beyond you. When you support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal donation link placed in the description and shown in the QR code, you are helping my word reach hearts that are one message away from hope. I say to you, as you sow into this work, I will cause your seed to become light in dark places. I open the heavens over those who give with obedience, and I bless their pavilion, their peace, and their purpose. Do this now. Obey me in this, and let your giving speak where your voice cannot reach. As we close, stay connected. Like this message as a declaration that you chose not to miss what I was doing. Comment so you remember this moment when doubts try to return. Share this with 3 people who are standing at the edge of their own decision. Like this video so my voice travels farther than fear. And subscribe, because I will continue to speak, guide, and strengthen you in the days ahead. Go now with peace and not pressure. With confidence, not confusion. I am with you when you rest, and I am with you when you move. You did not miss me, and as long as you stay close, you will not miss what I am doing next.